Hi everyone, Pip Oxlade here, and I am very pleased to be running this basic support session, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to be using the revised version of the Theta Healing Basic book of Diana Stibels, and running through some basic techniques and tips, and hope to get you more confident in your practice. So what I'm going to do today is use this time to really just open up the space with a little meditation, and then just see what Creator is showing me to do for the highest and best of the viewer. And I'd love your feedback as to how you feel about this, and if you would like to join any future sessions, please do. So I am thrilled to be running these. It's about time. And the internet's been an amazing tool for us all to connect. So there we go. So would you like to firstly just still yourself, just relax and get into that lovely space? And I'm going to talk you up into Theta. Okay, so grounding and centering. The visualize roots going down into the earth. All right. And now when you breathe in, you're bringing that energy up through your body, through all your chakras, to your crown. Now visualize a bubble of light above your crown, an iridescent bubble with a vision of you within that bubble. Now, see that bubble lifting up through the light, the dark, the light of the universe, up through a jello light layer, up, 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 into that beautiful white light of the Creator. You can feel that tingly white light on your face and all around you. Go up higher than you've ever been before. Remember to breathe and relax and be. So this is the space of Theta healing, the Theta brainwave, that gentle introduction into connecting with your God, your Creator. It's that place of unconditional love and bliss and joy. Just breathe and relax and be in that space. That's right. So now you can open your eyes. Cool. So each time you go into that Theta brainwave, you're going to find it's going to get easier and easier. That gentle connection is just going to be there, and it's just going to happen. All right, cool. So we're going to go over a few of the basic techniques that you've got in your Theta book, and let's see what the page opens up at. Free floating memories. So free floating memories happen when we've been unconscious. You know, maybe we've had too much to drink, maybe we were knocked out, maybe we were under anesthetic, yeah? But maybe there was a time when there was shouting and all sorts going on around you, and you just went into a space, and those memories of hurt and pain that were surrounding you actually lodged in that subconscious mind. All right, so what we're going to do now, I'm just going to read it out through the book, page 134, and we're going to do the free floating memory exercise. Okay, so here we go. So remember, you are centered already in your heart. You're connected to Mother Earth and all that is, because we've already gone up into theta. So visualize bringing up the energy through your feet and opening each chakra to the crown chakra in a beautiful ball of light. Okay, just to make sure you're in that highest space. Light. So step 4 says, Creator of all that is. So if you could repeat this in your mind as I'm saying it. It's commanded or requested that any free-floating memory that is no longer needed, no longer serves this person, so that's you, be pulled, cancelled and sent to God's light in the highest and best way, and be replaced with the Creator's love. Thank you, it's done, it's done, it's done. Now move your consciousness up into the Creator's light and witness the old being sent to God's light and see healing brought in for you. So I'm going to hold space now for you. Cool, beautiful. So note, how does this feel for you to know that you can actually release those free floating memories, you know, that you don't actually have to carry the burden of them anymore, that they can be shifted out. Yeah, isn't that such a relief to know that you've got that control to do that? And the more we do this, the easier it's going to get. If you are feeling a little bit of resistance, then, you know, maybe do your belief work, belief and program work, because the resistance will come from embedded fears, resentments, rejections, or regrets. Okay, and so Vianna, at the back of your manual, she's got the tips to digging, yeah, and that really gives you a good oversight of the questions you can actually ask yourself around that sabotage or that resistance. Now remember that resistances can also come from microbial energy, and you know, we're houses in ourselves with, and we're housing millions of bacteria, and there's fungus and all sorts that help digest our food. But you know, each organism has its own consciousness, and if you have a mass of organisms with their consciousness, you know, if you're eating the incorrect foods and say your yeast goes out of balance and then you end up with thrush or itchy toes, you know, that is going to want to live. It's going to want to survive. So what happens then is that it starts to say, well, I need the cakes, I need the bread, I need the sugars. And then you might start thinking that's you actually saying, oh, I want that cake, I want that bread. And you start eating it because you feel hungry. but is it you, or is it the consciousness of the microbes? And once you actually start looking outside or inside of yourself as well, you start to realize that actually there's more to you than you ever realized. And so what can you do about that? So in the basic book, Vianna, remember, she talks about, you know, microbes towards the end of the book, and I'll just tell you the page. And it starts from page 247, Vianna's Intuitive Anatomy. So if we look at fungus infections affect all organs of the body. For example, some sinus infections are caused by it. Mold problems at home and work are common, should be taken care of immediately. So if someone has a fungus infection, remove the flour and white sugar from their diet and try an alkaline diet. But the wonderful thing is because all these organisms have their own consciousness, what yeast and fungus thrive on is, I'll do it later, I'll put it off, I'll sabotage myself, I'm going to procrastinate with this. They love resentments, rejections, and regrets. So if you feel that there are situations or people in your life that you hold regrets, resentments, or rejections around, well, then you need to be working on that to help release the receptors that are energetically drawing in the overabundance of the yeast and the fungus. And that in turn is drawing in that need to have all that cake and flour and sugar because it's fuel. Everything poops, breathes, grows, and wants to live. But at some point it dies. And then that slough can build up in the intestines. So on your basic course, I will have mentioned Vianna's tip of Chem Defense by Source Naturals. And Chem Defense is natural substances, molybdenum and glutathione, that the body requires for good cell health. But what it does is it reduces the side effects of the detoxification of the die-off of these microbes. So it's just a little reminder for you of what you've learned in basic. And, you know, I'm just going with the flow with this as to, you know, what you might need in this session to find interesting. Okay. So would you like to receive some healing through Creator right now? Because some of you might be getting big resistances of, oh, I don't know about this. And that's what happens when, you know, we think we're on the right path. And then someone says, well, actually, are you? And then at that point, the donkey syndrome comes in. But what would happen if you were healthy and well? What would happen if you felt vibrant and alive? What would happen if you could expand in your lightness? Yeah, write a few of those down. What would happen if you were healthy and well? If every little cell in your body was healthy, every little cell in your body was well. So hopefully you've got some really good positives written down there, like excited or feeling free or feeling like I was alive and energized. Yeah. But how many of us feel tired, exhausted, heavy, burdens? How would it feel to feel like this? Wow, what an amazing day. I'm excited about it. Would you like to feel like that? Okay, so let's receive some healing through Creator first. So just closing your eyes, knowing that you are still in theta, but just readjusting with your eyes closed, breathing. So now Creator, Creator of all that is, it is commanded that an instant healing be given to us all individually, as a group. And let's also send unconditional love and healing to the world at the same time. This is done and instilled across all cells, in all levels. Show us now the highest and best. Thank you. It's done, it's done, it's done. Now watch that healing coming in through the core level at the frontal brain, genetics, central pineal gland, history around the head and your aura, and the soul level, your heart, into your aura. See your cells lit up and bright. Wonderful. So now bring yourself back through that veil of light. Remember, when we're working in a group, bring yourself back through a veil of light. It rinses you off, just keeps you, complete and safe. And now do your energy break. Remember, like this. So you're going like that, cutting the ties, taking away others' energy from you. You're touching your heart with your inner hand, and you're going up to create. So you're grounding and centering when you do that. Well done. If you feel you need to zip up, just remember, you grab the zipper, bring it up from the earth up to the universe. How was that? How did that feel for you? Cool. Okay, so let's see, because we mentioned the resentments, rejections and regrets, let's download you first with page 104. I know we would have done this in the basic class. Some of you would have touched on some of these downloads here, but how about we give you some downloads around Creator? Yeah, so I'm just going to give you a taster today, but you can carry on. So with Theta Healing, you can just download without testing. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to go in just because you download it, but it can cushion the amount of testing that you need to do. So if you do the downloads first, remember to witness, because that's the important part of this, is the witnessing, and then go back and check. And the ones that are haven't downloaded, then you need to check on core, genetic, history and soul levels, remember. So what you're doing is you're then breaking it down and you would turn into your manual and look at the long version, all right, of how to download programs and beliefs. So, would you like to receive the following downloads around the creator of all that is? And all we've got to do is say yes. Okay. So, creator of all that is commanded the following downloads be offered and downloaded to those who'd like to receive it. You know the creator of all that is. You know that God and the creator of all that is are the same. You know it's possible to know the creator of all that is. You understand what it feels like to know the creator of all that is. You understand what it feels like to totally be connected to the creator. You know the creator of all that is totally connected to you. That you know how to be totally connected to the creator of all that is. You know how to connect to the creator of all that is. Understand what it feels like to connect to the creator of all that is. You understand what it feels like to be worthy of the love of the creator of all that is. You understand what it feels like to know all things are possible with the creator. You understand what it feels like to deserve the love of the creator of all that is. You know that you deserve the love of the creator of all that is. You understand what it feels like to allow the creator to show you what's in the body, and that you understand what it feels like to trust the creator will tell you exactly what you're looking at in the body. You know how to trust the creator will tell you exactly what you're looking at the body, and that you know the difference between listening to the creator of all that is and yourself. That you understand what it feels like to know the difference between listening to the creator and to yourself. You understand what it feels like to show others they are important to the creator of all that is. You know how to show others they are important to the creator of all that is. You understand what it feels like to radiate the energy of the creator of all that is to the world. You know how to radiate the energy of the creator of all that is to the world. You know how to live your daily life connected to the creator of all that is. You understand what it feels like to allow the creator of all that is to do the healing. You know how to allow the creator of all that is to do the healing. And you know when to allow the creator of all that is to do the healing. So would you like to receive all those downloads from your basic book? Yeah. To the core, genetic, history and soul levels. For the highest and best. Show you. Thank you. It's done, it's done, it's done. It's now going into that space of theta which you're already in. And just ask to see a replay because it's already done. See these downloads coming into the frontal lobe, the core, the genetic and the central pineal gland, history around the head, shoulders, aura, soul, and the heart. Just see what visions or feelings or senses you get with doing this exercise. Isn't that beautiful? Now I'm going to pause the recording and give you 10 minutes to check off as many of those in your book as possible. So we'll reconvene in 10 minutes. So if you want to pause the video here. Okay, so welcome back. Hopefully you found some interesting results. and your homework will be that if there's any that need extra work, that you're going to do the checking on the core, genetic history and soul for each one, and then download using the long version in your manual. Okay, so we're going to look at programs of the 3 R's. So resentments, rejections and regrets, it's important, as I mentioned, to work on all 3, not just one. So even if you feel, oh, I resent this person, check for regrets and check for and regrets. Okay, now the reason why I say that is if you don't test, there could be an underlying grudge that could then replicate itself, and it could turn up and recreate that situation again. So we want to actually nip it in the bud. So, okay, could you think of someone that you've had an argument with, that there might be a resentment, rejection or regret about? Okay, all right, now test yourself for I am rejected by. Okay, I resent this person. I regret this situation with this person. So do you have any yeses that you resent, reject or regret this situation with this person or this person? So at the bottom of page 118 in your book, you're going to see the replacement program. So are you ready for this? Okay. So creator of all that is, repeat that. It is commanded that I am rejected by this person or situation is replaced with I accept myself and I understand what it feels like to live without being rejected. Now state, I resent this person is replaced with I release resentment and I understand what it feels like to live without resentment. I regret this situation. Replace this with I'm free of regret and I understand what it feels like to live without regret. Creator of all that is, it's commanded that this be done across all cells, times, planes, dimensions, all levels. The highest and best, show us thank you. It's done, it's done, it's done. So now witness the old going out and the new coming in. Now repeat after me. Just test your yes, test your no. Say your name, test I am and your name, so you know your testing's correct. Okay, so now repeat after me. I accept myself and I understand what it feels like to live without being rejected. Okay, so now repeat after me. I understand what it feels like to live without resentment. And testing these, yeah. And then repeat after me. I understand what it feels like to live without regret. The test. All right. So as I mentioned in the basic class, if you add the word possible in, okay, what that means is that your brain understands that everything's possible, okay? So if you put the word possible in before the sentence, it's possible that I accept myself and I understand what it feels like to live without being rejected. Now test. Has that changed? It's possible to release resentment, and I understand what it feels like to live without resentment. Now, Tess. It is possible to be free of regret, and I understand what it feels like to live without regret. Now, Tess. Now do the statements as they are in the book. And I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. I'll pause. So, hi, how did you get on with that? Were you surprised? That's great. So, it's practice makes perfect. Just keep doing all the good work that you're doing. Every time that you are releasing from, your body and emotions, beliefs and programs that are not really serving you for the highest and best, you're going to clear up space for more love and health in your life. So continue the good work, and just know that each time you're shifting things, you're going to be opening up your psychic and healing abilities even more. So best wishes on your journey, and we'll just finish with the close now. So, creator of all that is, it's commanded that we are grounded, centered and present, and that we know what it is to be focused and well and healthy through creator's definition and understanding. And that through creator, you're now going to make sure you're rinsed off. You visualize yourself in that beautiful bubble of light, and bring that bubble of light back down to the earth, into your body, and see your energy just touching into the earth, going into the earth, bringing that energy up with a breath in. Send that vision to the top of your head and back into your heart. Do your energy break, dip up, and see you next time. Thank you for your time, and wishing you all the very best with your theta healing.